Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and part 5 of a rusty BX, which is still rusty. I'm finding more and more rust as I go, but you know, that bit's starting to look kind of, you know, less rusty, maybe it's looking less rusty, I don't know. That bit, yeah, not so great, is it really? We'll come back to that, but it's been a lot of hours of prep, and it doesn't look like anything's occurred, but it has, and it's just paint and shit takes forever. I've not actually laid any paint on it yet other than zinc primer, so yeah, anyway, onwards we go. I mean, whilst this might seem like a lot of effort to take it all apart again, given how many pieces it's been in and the fact that, you know, the B pillar was a bit floppy, I kind of wanted to make sure that the doors still fitted. The roof isn't on. It's just sort of sat there. It's got to come off again. I've got to do a fair bit of repair to it. There's more dings and dents in it than I thought. Actually, there's a high spot there. There is that dent, actually. Now you look at it, it's a lot worse than I thought, but again, confident that my mate can get that out. That dent, I mean, you can barely see it. There's a little bit of a low spot there. I put that in it because when I was removing this roof from the frame, it snagged on that spot well, so there's a little bit of a dink in it there. I'm going to take the cross members out of it, clean it all up behind, paint it. However, you know, I think it will be okay. The doors, however, so they still fit and they look okay, gap-wise, until you get into this one, and it's a bit narrower there than there and there, but also if you look down it, the door starts coming out from there. It's not the car, that is the door. This door is all shapes, it always has been. It's never fitted very well, and the gap here, if you look at that, well, this door's too high, except it kind of isn't actually, because the fit down here is sort of a case. It's actually twisted up from there rather than that going round. It's been pulled up, and I think someone's probably in the past tried to get into it and wreck the door, but the door is not, it's not the best fit. The gap's okay there, it's just, it starts widening from here and then gets quite wide, and I think that's because the frame is pulled up here and it's all pulled back. None of it fits very well, so whilst yes, it was like that before, given how many pieces the car is in, I dug another door out. This door is not perfect. It's got a couple of scrages in it which I think are fixable, but I'm going to trial fit that door just to see if it fits better, and if it does, then given that, you know, I mean, this door's got a bloody great scrage in it there, you can see it there. Again, that's always been there since before it went on the car, so I'm going to see if that door will fit any better. after trying several doors, I've actually gone back to the original, so it might just be that I'll see how much of that ding Matthew can get out, but it might just be that it ends up with a skim. But this one, despite not fitting brilliantly, fitted the best. It would appear that all BX doors are not the same. I'm still not entirely happy with this gap. I think what needs to happen, I'm happy with that gap now. It follows better, but it's actually it's bent up ever so slightly here. And I think the whole thing is slightly twisted back. So I think with a bit of a belt, I should be able to pull this back across, and it should come down, straighten that up, and happy days, I think. But you know, it fits better than actually the blue one fitted quite well, but the blue one needs a lot of work, and that frame still needs a bit of bending, a little bit of bending out. They don't quite match. I mean, they never did, but you know, I'd quite like to make it as good as I can. I mean, to be fair, the other side, you know, the door this side, look, doesn't fit. This door has never fitted. The whole door's twisted. It's out at the top and in at the bottom, and it always has been. So I might, when that comes off, I might give the hinges a tweak and see if I can make that door fit better, because actually that door is in pretty good shape. It's one less thing to paint. So, but anyway, you know, it's all got to come apart again. Tomorrow will be the roof back off, and then we'll get the two cross members out. There's some corrosion in here, so that cross member needs to come out. There's a little bit of corrosion there, so just, you know, I want to make sure that this is absolutely mint before it goes on. There's little bits of surface corrosion, so you know, it'll all come back off. However, considering where it was and how much I've chopped out of it and glued back in, actually, the fact that the doors still fit and close is quite reassuring. So I'm kind of hoping at this point the windscreen should fit fine. I will trial fit that before I go too much further, but you know, it's starting to take shape. I'm not too upset by it. I think this wing, the quarter wing, it's all shapes. You can see the ripples in it. And I was going to put a skimmer filler on it, but like all BXs, it's gone all the way down into the corner. It's pretty manky looking. I don't think there's a lot of, yeah. So I'm going to pull this quarter wing, get all that out of it from behind, and put a brand new one on, because I have one. And that should take care of that. And then, I mean, hopefully I can then chuck the thing back together. I mean, it needs a lot of paint, obviously. The roof's got to come off. I've got an epoxy all around the edges and stuff. And then I've got to get one of those things with a hose on to shove up and down the B pillars, so I can paint, or, you know, anti-rust all of the inside. Everywhere, A pillars, B pillars, C pillars, in the hope that the rust won't come back, because rust is bad. But you know, all things considered, being that I'm a rank amateur at all this shit, I don't do bodywork. I build engines and gearboxes, and I've not built any. Well, I built the engine in this actually, but that's not the point right now. But anyway, it doesn't look too bad. I'm quite happy with progress. I mean, it's slow progress, but it's you know, I could have not hung the doors and saved myself some time, but I wanted to make sure that they were okay, and I am a lot happier with that door now. The fit is so much better. I've gone back to the green door. I think I mentioned that already, don't know. There's not a lot left in it now. It's actually not rust. This is bloody something or other, and of course that sort of fell off as well. So this The quarter wing was a bit rusted on the front edge, and yeah, it's actually not bad. I mean, all BXs corrode here. It's a shit bit of design. You get all the road dirt and shit sort of flailing in here, and the wing has a gap, so it all collects in behind it and corrodes into it. Once it starts eating into it, you're onto a loser. But this one, for the age, I'll be honest, it's not horrendous. It's not as bad as the other side was. So you know, I'm in for a penny. Conveniently, I've got a brand new wing, a genuine Citroen brand new wing, which was, I've had it quite a while. It was reassuringly expensive, but it's turning out a slow old process. The doors have to come off, all the doors have to come off. I'm pretty much now ready. I've got some, what was left of the old rust converter on the slightly crusty bits that are, I mean, they're okay, they're fine, there's plenty of structure in there, but like I said, they're, you know, just keep the rot out of it. I found some more in here, which wasn't ideal, so that's all being rust converted. I'm going to cut all of this out. Would have been easy to do with the wing off, I'll be honest, but you know, we are where we are. I'm not taking that quarter wing off again, I've not long had it off, so I'll make up a repair panel for that and weld it in. I've got the rust converter going down yonder, and well, all over the bloody place actually. So there's not really a lot of car left in the car. The pile of car is getting bigger by the minute. I do need to do some stuff to that. I had to bite the bullet. I ordered some spheres from bxparts.eu over 2 months ago, and they failed to arrive. I've heard nothing from them. I can't get hold of them, so I've given up with that. This thing's due an MOT in a couple of weeks, and there is fears that the tyre frames have gone in them. So I've bought a set of Lazur or whatever they are spheres, and I really don't like them. They're crap. You know, I had them next day, so needs must, doesn't it? So I'll service that and do the spheres on it, and then I've got quite a lot to do to that one, and quite a lot to do to that, and then of course there's that, which I've not touched in a year, but you know, this thing is every day is, well, every day we're shuffling, but I mean, every day is a little bit, well, every day there's less of it, but you can't make an omelette without breaking eggs, and I think we're sort of reaching a point where I can start making it look pretty and getting some paint laid, get the roof panel on. Not really recording anything, because it's just been hours and hours and hours of prep, and I know it doesn't look like anything's happened, but I mean, you would not believe the number of hours of prep that has, and I've not even really started prepping any of the paint yet. And I've got, once the doors are off, I've got to rub, you know, most of the car down. It's a lot of effort, but you know, them's the breaks. So we're sort of starting paint prep-ish. I've still got some filler to do. Well, I mean, there's lots to do. I've got to get all that out of there. We kind of, just for the purposes of being able to paint everything properly, because that's peeled, sort of took a bit more of it apart as well, and a bit more, and a bit more. I'm going to clear some of the crap out of it. There's still plenty more to do around there, but what I'm going to do next, which may seem arse backwards, having had the roof on and off a few times, I'm happy with the way the roof skin fits. I have been doing some work to the roof skin, just quietly getting, there's lots of surface rust in it, so I'm going to rub the whole thing down inside and out. I am going to pull this one in particular, the front cross member front lip of the sunroof, it has pickled quite badly there. So I'm going to unstitch that. But the rest of it has cleaned up really quite nicely. So I think, you know, it's not going to be a problem. So what I'm going to do next is actually put a roof cassette in it. Which may seem silly, but because there's really no adjustment on the glass, I want to make sure that the roof cassette will still fit. I have no reason to think it won't. The doors fit fine. But yeah, I want to make sure that I'm going to put the original roof cassette back in, because I'm not keeping that roof cassette, so I don't care if it gets painted over or wrecked, because it's not going back in the car permanently. But I want to make sure that with the roof cassette fitted and the glass in the closed position, the roof is fitted so that it fits perfectly around the glass, because you can't adjust the side to side of the glass or anything. So if I put that roof cassette in, then when I fit the roof, if it goes round the glass, then I know the roof is exactly where it should be. And then I can bang a couple of spot welds in it, and then I can drop that roof cassette back out and chuck it in the bin. Without wishing to entirely blow my own trumpet, I do not profess to be a professional at this, but the roof cassette went in like a boss, and every single hole, well, certainly the ones down the sides that, you know, locate it to the top of the car, have lined up absolutely perfect. I mean, it couldn't be, it could not be any more perfect. I'm really happy with it. You can see where, so that the roof, the glass lives around here, and it is designed to leak. So the water collects in this channel, which is a slightly shit because the cables actually live under that cover. But they then the water disappears down out of these here drain tubes. So these are the tubes that disappear off down the A-pillars. Tubes down the back I've just chopped off because I'm going in a bin, but again the water will run along right where the cables are, and cables actually live under there. Water runs along, disappears through that hole. There's a tube there that disappears off down the C-pillars, and they come out. So again, there's the hole where the tube lives, and it comes down the tube. Tube goes down the inside of the C-pillar, and actually comes out in here, and then just quietly drains away through the hole in the bottom, or not when they bung up. However, that is in. So the next job is to chuck the motor back on it. Now granted, the sliders are actually bust. I should probably have thought of that, but yeah, anyway, I'll wind them back up, sit the glass in it. The front two screws are there on both, so I should be able to line the sunroof, the glass up on the runners, get the runners up the front, get it where it should be, and then lay the roof on it and see if the roof still fits, which, given how well that cassette fits, I'm kind of hoping it should be absolutely fine. So I've not actually, you can actually adjust how the glass sits up and down, front and back, so you can raise the back or the front. I haven't bothered with any of that. I just wanted to make sure that with the roof where I wanted the roof, you can see that there's a bit of a high spot in it there anyway, but actually, bear in mind that this roof is sort of out of shape, but if you pull the roof down where it should be, it actually lifts. It's not focusing very well, but it lifts the whole thing, because obviously none of it is actually clamped and tacked. But if you press it all into shape, it's alright. It is alright. So, despite being an amateur, I think this will be absolutely fine. I mean, okay, you know, yeah, it's all way high and it all needs, well, actually I still haven't knocked that out, so that bit's still high anyway, but, you know, when it's all pulled down, and importantly, you know, the roof lining goes in the car, it screws in, all the holes line up absolutely bang on. The glass fits in the roof, so I'm quite happy. So, you know, I'm good now with. Now I know that that's where it is. I'll leave the roof lining in until this is actually tacked on. You know, I don't care. That one is going in the skip. So I think now I can peel this back off, sort the cross members out, get it all epoxied underneath, get all of this epoxied underneath, fill the these little bits that I ruined. Well, I say ruined, I mean, it's very hard to do a weld invisibly. I've never managed it before. I tried it on this, it didn't work, but anyway. Skimmer filler there, clamp my roof down, a few spot welds, and then get the glass out of the way, just to relieve this, you know, well, get it out of the way. And then, yeah, once that is spotted down, I can ditch that headline in, and then start applying some paint. Once I've got this painted up, I can get my mate back up and get the windscreen back in. Once all that's painted, then I can rehang the doors, put the dash in. You know, so a bit like the Haynes, isn't it? A reversal of dismantling, whatever. But yeah, chuck it all back together. I don't think that'll take very long. He says. The painting bit, I mean, prepping it and painting it will take the time, it always does. But I think once all that's done, then turn it around, chuck it on the ramp. Do that bit of welding there, get the new quarter wing on. Happy days. Go to the pub. But anyway, so that's it doesn't really take very long to dismantle. BXs don't, but I mean, it's you know, huge amounts of hours have gone into various bits of prep. But that's the nature of the beast, isn't it? But it's definitely, I'm quite happy with that. So anyway, I'll call this one a day there. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one, where with any luck this will all be going green again.